Hey, blessings, Fierce Butterflies. This is Coach Renee. I'm back with another video. As always, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Listen, it feels like I haven't sat on this couch in a while. My God, I have been on the go, but it's all good. And so I'm just sitting here. I'm relaxed. I'm chilling. Me and hubby went out to breakfast this morning, and he's in there resting, and I got dinner on the stove. So yeah, I'm just cooking some vegetable soup, yellow rice, and some plantains, and sitting here waiting on that to get done. I said, let me go and chat with the Fierce Butterflies. So listen, something I was thinking about, and I actually think about it a lot. I think about it a lot. And I know it may sound like I'm whispering. That's because I am, because I don't want to disturb hubby. He needs to rest. God, that's a hard-working man right there. And when he's resting, I like to let him rest. So, one thing I've been thinking about lately, and I like to do it because I give myself some self-examinations. And I did another video once before and told y'all how after a certain amount of time, I like to self-examine myself. And so the question that I've been asking myself is, Renee, do you know who you are? Right? Do you like yourself? Are you the person who you choose to be? Are you the person who you choose to be? And I know it may sound like it doesn't make sense, but it makes a whole lot of sense, because we are in a world where people like to create our identity. And without even knowing it, sometimes we fall prey to them. And then we turn out to be someone who we choose not to be, but who others have created us to be. And so I ran across a quote that I want to share with you. And it's a quote from, what's his name? Ralph Waldo Emerson. Never heard of him, but I like his quote. His quote says, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." It's the greatest accomplishment, and I agree, because sometimes we may know ourselves. We may know who we are. But just because we know ourselves don't necessarily mean we are being ourselves. Because, you know, we like to put on acts. And we put on acts because of fear of rejection, or fear of disappointing someone, or being controlled by someone. So we know who we are inwardly, but let me just tell you, I was once in a relationship that I gave that person total control of me. I didn't know I was doing it, but by the time I realized that they had total control, I was already deep in. Not in love, but in fear. We ain't gonna get into that. But so I allowed them to tell me how to think, tell me how to dress, tell me how to wear my hair. And in doing that, I got lost. Right? I became lost inside of the identity that they created. So yes, I knew who I was, and I knew that that's not who I wanted to be, but I had allowed myself to become that person. And so when the time came where I was able to break free of that relationship, then and only then was I able to be that person that I know in here. So it's sort of like, you know how Wendy Williams saying right now, like, I don't know if she's faking it or not. I hear the news, but I'm just saying. You hear how she says now, I like myself. This feels good. I don't know who I am, but I sure like myself. That's who she is. And she had allowed herself to become a prisoner of her relationship, of her husband, right? And sometimes we go through that. And it may not always be a relationship that we become a prisoner of. Sometimes it can be friendships. We want to fit into certain cliques and groups. And so, although we may not always agree and want to be that person, but in order to fit in, we have to become who they are looking for, who they're expecting, who they are accepting. So again, it's one thing to know yourself, but it's another thing to be yourself. So my question is, are you who you want to be? Or have you allowed yourself to get in a position like I once was and allow others to tell you who you are? And so because I went through that, and it was traumatic, but because I went through that, I make it practice every so often, every 3 months, every 6 months, whenever I feel the need to really do some soul searching. The one thing I always ask myself is, Renee, are you the person who you choose to be? I ask myself that. Because I experienced what I experienced, I'm very careful to not allow others to tell me who I am, because I did that. And when I broke free from that relationship, whoo, Stella had got her groove back. Where in my case, Renee had got her groove back. I had started hanging out, and it doesn't mean in the wrong places. I was free. Friends, oh, you want to go to the movies? You want to go here? You want to do this? I was like, yes, 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 yes. And then it was like, this feels good. I was becoming that person that I knew I was, but allowed it to be drowned out. So again, are you the person who you choose to be? Do you wear your hair the way you choose to wear your hair? Or do you desire to wear your hair differently, but you're afraid of the feedback from others? And so, to play it safe, well, I just wear my hair short or long. Do you dress how you choose to dress, or are you dressing the way you dress to impress others, to fit in with others? Go down the line and ask yourself, are you who you choose to be? You know, the blessing in being who you choose to be is that you attract authentic people in your life. Because when we are the person who we choose to be, others can look at us from the very beginning and say, hey, I like her personality, or I don't. I like her conversation, or I don't. But when we're true to who we are, we give people the right tools to make a conscious decision if they vibe with us or they don't. Me, I'm a kickback, laid back person. How you see me on camera, sometimes my volume is a little bit higher. Again, I want hubby to get some rest. But I'm kickback, laid back. That's my vibe. How you see me, that's my vibe. I got a funny side to me. I crack myself up. Sometimes I crack other people up. But I'm just, this is how I vibe. So when you come to my channel, you see how I vibe, you can say, hey, she too laid back. Or, hey, I like her vibe. But if I come on here and be fake and phony to draw you in and to get my numbers up, I can only be that for so long. And once I draw y'all in and I become comfortable with y'all, and then I get tired of faking it, I become this laid back person, then y'all be looking like, hey, she's changed. And you're right. People do change when you meet them one way and they end up being another way. Be who you are. Let people love you. Let people accept you. But they can only do that when you be your authentic self. So again, are you who you choose to be? That's what I wanted to talk about. I love you all, Fierce Butterflies. Thank you as always for stopping by the channel. Make sure you do some self-examination and make sure you think about it. Not a quick. Think about it. Do you believe what you believe because that's what you believe? Or did someone tell you to believe what you believe? Think about these questions. Self-examination. Until my next video, you know what I'm going to say. Let's remember to be good to ourselves and let's be good to one another because it makes the world a much happier place. And please, by all means, if you like my vibe, click that subscribe button and click that bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Blessings. Enjoy your day.